Hey Rudy, welcome. Yeah, it's better than average, I would say. So I'm not going to complain. What about yourself? Welcome everyone to today's live stream, episode number 6 of our Kingdom Come Deliverance gameplay series. I'm Commander Jarval, and I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. So nothing new on admin notes for the game or for the channel. Um, so on our recap, last week we had taken care of some skill level ups and things like that. We had finished off a couple of side quests, and off stream I had upped my skills even more. And we're going to jump in and we're going to talk about that because today we're going to jump back into the main quest line. And we're going to do, there are really a set of 5 quests here that all kind of run back to back to back to back that play on each other. We're going to do the first 3 of those today. Um, the fourth one kind of, it takes a long time and there's a few different ways to do it. So I probably want to hold that off until next week. And then the last one is a timed quest. One of these is also kind of timed, but the last one is definitely a timed quest, and you want to make sure that you're focused on it and not doing anything else. So I'm going to save those 2 until next week. But today we're going to jump back in, and let's just go ahead and jump back in here. And we had left off at our home now, or at our bed here at Rattay Mill. Now, a couple of things that we want to look at. So let me take a look at my skills here. And you're going to see a few things different. We have an agility point waiting for us here. We can pick up the next one, which is featherweight, but falling damage really isn't something you encounter that often, so I normally don't do it. Your either fast striker or light armor are the ones that I want to kind of save that skill point up for, so I can get both of these at my next one, at my next perk point at level 8. Nothing else that we have here. At combat, our bow is up at level 5. We got it up to level 5 simply so that we can avoid injury when we're shooting the bow. We don't have to do anything special to protect our arms. So that means we can use gloves instead of vambraces and things like that as we're going through. It also does make using the bow quite a bit easier. And then my skills here. And you can see that we have a few things that we want to look at. The first is Houndmaster. Houndmaster is controlling Mutt. Now, Mutt's part of the DLC, so if you don't have the Royal Edition like I do, then this won't be a part of it unless you've got that DLC just by itself. Leveling up Houndmaster is really easy. All you do is you go talk to Mutt, you give him some food. Once he eats it, you're going to get 25 XP. Okay. Now, 25 XP is a lot because all you have to do is feed him 6 times and you gain a level. at this level down here. As you level up, I think all the way up to level 10, you only have to feed him like a max of 10 times or 11 times to be able to get a level. So it's really easy to do. And the hunt perk here allows you to use mutt to hunt hares and deer. Okay, you can even try tackling boar. However, normally the boar gets away. It's not mutt at this level isn't able to cause enough damage really to kill it. But hares and deer are easy prey for mutt to go after. And this is going to cheese the next main quest line. We're going to go on a hunt with Sir Hans and hunt rabbits, and having mutt be able to hunt the rabbits for us is going to count. And it's going to help us win this challenge really, really easily. Otherwise, you have to hunt them with your bow. That's the other reason that I got my bow skill up, is just so I could become better at being able to hunt animals. The other thing about the hunt perk is that it ups your hunting skill while you're doing it. Because every time you loot a dead animal, your hunting skill goes up. So when Mutt hunts an animal and brings it to you, he will drop it at your feet. You search it, take the meat off of it, and your hunting skill goes up. So it's a free way to up these skills. Now, there are locations, certain locations where killing the animals is against the law. There are game wardens out there, so you kind of need to be careful and not just go hunting everywhere. But the place that we're going to be hunting with Hans is going to be kind of up around in here. And if you go up there right now, there are no game wardens. So while the quest is available but not active, you can go up there and hunt, and there are rabbits and deer all over the place. And Mutt will go out, kill a rabbit, drop it at your foot, immediately run out, go kill another one, drop it at your feet. You will gain so much XP from in your Houndmaster skill and your hunting skill that it's almost absurd. The meat that you're going to gain, you're literally going to have hundreds of pounds of rabbit meat and deer meat. You can sell rabbit meat to the innkeeper here at Inn of the Glade. You can sell it to the butcher and the innkeeper at Uschitz. You can sell it to the innkeeper at Talmberg. You can always go back and sell it to the miller here. You can come down and sell it, obviously, back to Miller Peshek, and you can get a lot of money, or a lot of gold out of this, or a lot of groschen out of this. And as you see, I'm up to 19k here. So we're building up that gold. We want to be able to get us up to 30,000 before we get into another quest that we're going to be doing. So I'm not spending my gold on a lot yet. I'm just kind of holding on to it. So the Houndmaster perk hunt is going to make this next part of the quest line really, really easy. Inside the hunting skill, you're going to have wild at heart. Wild animals will be less skittish when you're close. That's going to make it easier to do this because the deer or the rabbits aren't going to run away from you. I'm going to be hunting in my low visibility and low noise gear here, which makes it easier to get close to them. And then huntsman, you do more damage to wild animals. So these two that you get at level 8, save up the perk point from level 5, use it for both of these at level 8, and it's going to, again, make this quest a lot easier. You're going to be able to one-shot rabbits. It doesn't matter if you have the extra damage perk. But being able to take down big stags and boar pretty easily with your bow is a big benefit. So let's go over here and mount up. Actually, let's not, because our journal for the prey says we need to meet Lord Capon at dawn in the courtyard of the upper castle. So let's go in here. The other thing that I've done a little bit is read some books. Now, I haven't read this one, it doesn't look like, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read this book. Maybe I have, and it's just marked that way because there were 2 books in there. Yeah, I haven't. So that's 100% progress on the book. Okay, so I've improved my strength. Okay, so I'm going to drop this book off. And now I'm going to sleep and save. And I'm going to sleep until dawn. Dawn is at 5, but I like to make sure that I'm past dawn. To make sure that Hans is there. Wake up, eat from the pot. And let's go meet Sir Henry, or Sir Hans. Okay, we want to make sure that we have Mutt with us for this. And there's the hunt game option here.
Here, heal.
Okay, now he's going to be following us.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Horses all over the place. And you can hear the town's waking up. And we're going to the upper castle courtyard, so we're going to go up here. And Sir Hans is over here against the wall.
Here I am. I'm overjoyed. Have you got a horse? Yes. Really? What is it? A cart horse? Actually, it's... Never mind. I don't really care. Just try to keep up with me and don't fall off. Take care now.
So you don't have to have a horse here. You're actually not supposed to have a horse at this point. If you do, you're going to gain some reputation with Sir Hans. Because this quest is actually what is meant to get you your first horse. If you don't have a horse, this quest can be significantly easier if you don't know how to fight very well. Since we don't really have a problem with fighting, we're going to take some damage up here during this quest, but we'll be all right. If you have a horse, a certain cutscene is going to play out a certain way, and you can't do anything to avoid it.
Let's go! Yeah! Hurry up, blacksmith!
Now, you don't have to follow Sir Hans, but if you do, you'll get some interesting dialogue and that sort of stuff with him before you get to the cutscene.
blacksmith. About that business at the alehouse.
Yes, sir?
Hanush was right. I should have behaved differently. More, well, gentlemanly. But that doesn't mean you were in the right. You can't throw a lord out of the tavern in his own town. You understand?
Yes. I was just...
What? Speak up! Don't worry, I won't bite your head off.
It's just that when you said those things in the arena, sir, I was a little upset.
Ah, I just like to tease greenhorns a little. And you vexed me too. You were insolent to Captain Bernard and they rewarded you with service. Whenever I do anything reckless, even if it's for my honor, Hanush is on my back about it and I get punished. Like now.
I didn't mean to threaten anyone.
Well, it's all water under the bridge. Let's not spoil our hunt.
And his horse is quite a bit slower than mine, so I have to kind of let up on the movement key to stay with him.
Let us talk of something else. Is this your first time hunting?
This kind? Yes.
I've been hunting since I could walk. If you're not a complete blockhead, you might learn something useful. And if you don't cock it up entirely today, maybe I'll take you again. It's always helpful to have a minion at hand.
As I said, I have hunted before, but it wasn't...
Chasing bunnies with a pitchfork isn't hunting. Observe and learn.
I'll do the best I can. Sorry.
So we'll play the follow the NPC game here for a little bit.
Listen, I wanted to ask you about scallops.
Well, I don't know if... that is, sir, I don't know if that's a suitable topic of conversation for the hunt.
We're not hunting yet. I'd like to hear about it at last from someone who was actually there.
The humans attacked Skallets, and, well, anyone who didn't flee.
That's what they all say. I want details.
Is it really necessary, sir?
Arguing with the nobility again, eh? It seems you're a bit of a rebel.
No, not at all, sir. It's just that... well, it's hard for me to talk about.
I see. So I'll have to get you drunk first.
Not sure even that would work.
We'll have to find out, won't we? There's a nice little place just north of here. We'll camp there and you can tell me all about it.
If you wish, sir.
And don't dilly-dally. Let's try and get there before the day's out.
And we're going to have the fast travel here.
We'll make camp here.
Okay, Mutt's still with us. And you can follow, sir, and you can see there are rabbits all over this place already. And there's the hunt key. You can see it down there on the bottom right. I can tell Mutt to go hunt it without having to go into the menu.
Bring me wine and bacon from the saddlebag.
Because he's going to want you to run an errand for him.
Coming up, sir.
At long last. So, are you enjoying being on the hunt?
I am, although we haven't actually hunted anything yet.
That doesn't matter. Hunting is a diversion. The main thing is to get out of Rattay for a while. Listening to Hanush's lectures all day long would drive anyone mad.
How come Hanush looks after you anyway?
For a start, he doesn't look after me. I'm not an infant blacksmith's boy. Hanush is just managing my property until I'm an adult.
When will that happen?
What are you implying?
Nothing. I didn't mean it like that. I meant that you seem quite adult to me already, sir.
Well, it's hard to say. Before he died, my father appointed a council of nobles to decide the matter. Only they can't be bothered travelling halfway across the country just to assess the claim of some stripling. Under normal circumstances, it wouldn't be necessary. The king would decide on my adulthood. Only...
The king is gone.
just so.
If I may ask, sir, what does a lord like you do all day?
When I was little, I was awfully bored, I can tell you. There was always some courtier or teacher dogging my footsteps. Now I spend most of my time trying to learn from Sir Hanush. Governing is no joke, at least most of the time. Only last week I had to listen to complaints from my subjects.
But that could be interesting too, couldn't it?
My lord, this yokel here empties his piss pot in my yard.
And sir, that old hag put a spell on my cow, and
Sir, my old woman is fucking half the village.
like a flock of sheep, bleating all the time. Even study is more interesting.
What are we going to hunt?
Humans.
What? Humans? But
You should see your face. I got you there. We'll see what we can get. But I'd like to bag a boar. One, at least. And a few hares too, eh?
But what about you? Before I couldn't get a word out of you, now your tongue's loosened. So, tell me about Skalitz. I heard Sigismund had 100 banners there.
I don't know, sir. I didn't have time to count them. Both of my parents were killed in Skalitz, right in front of my eyes. The Cumans slaughtered my friends and neighbours, and it was a miracle I got away. I don't know what else I can add.
I'm sorry about that. But tell me, I heard in the tavern...
What, that Sigismund flew down on a dragon? That the Cumans have horns and hooves? I'm sorry, my lord, but for me, Skalitz isn't a tale of adventure to share over a tankard of ale.
All right. I understand. Well, never mind. Anyway, it's too late to go anywhere today. But tomorrow we set off at first light. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and now you have to wait until dawn, but there are a couple of things you can do. So, the first is in this chest here. You're going to find a bow if you don't already have one, some better hunting arrows, and some dried food to sustain you while you're out here. There's also some hunting arrows and a sow here. We're going to take all. We'll keep the dried ingredients or the dried foods on us. We'll send this to our horse, and we'll send the ash bow to our horse. That does 37 power. Our yew bow does 47, so there's no need for us to keep it. And we also have a bunch of better hunting arrows already. We picked up hunting arrows, so we'll move those to the horse temporarily anyway. So looking at our time, it's almost nighttime. We need to wait until the morning. So you can, what is our nutrition? Our nourishment's 57, so yeah, we'll need to eat from the pot in the morning. And Mutt here, he's got his 2 hounds with him. And we can wait a couple hours. Okay, and then Sir Henry or Sir Hans will be asleep. Ugh. Got right in the way. And What's his obedience at right now? 100? Good. Okay, now normally he's not up by the time you're done sleeping on this, so I just wait an hour at a time until we get the cutscene. He said first light. Hello, wake up, sleepyhead. And I'm going to eat from the pot. There he is.
What are you waiting for? Your lord requires you for the hunt.
Oh, really? Such a renowned hunter needs help?
You wouldn't dare mock your betters now, would you?
Heaven forbid, your lordship.
If that's the way you want it, peasant, we'll meet back here at noon. Whoever has the most hares wins. Oh, and if you don't have anything to shoot with, there's a crate in the camp with some old hunting equipment. You can help yourself. After all, there's no sport in trouncing some wretch who hasn't a chance in hell.
By all means, Sir Hans.
Ha! You'll soon be laughing on the other side of your grubby face. And now turn your back for a while. I know a few tried and tested spots in these woods, and I don't want you stealing them.
Okay, now we're going to take off on foot. We don't need to grab our horse or anything. Now, Sir Hans is going to head mostly quite a bit up to the north. We don't want to get too close to him, so kind of stay at the south edge of this, but you're going to be plenty fine. We're going to talk to Mutt, and we're going to tell him to hunt game.
Let's hunt something, eh? Hare.
And that's going to put him into auto mode. So see, he's already trying to get to one, and he found one. Now he's going to pick it up, and he's going to make his way back to me, and drop it at my feet, and he's going to head off and go grab another one immediately, it looks like. And you can check your compass up there at the top. You can see the dog icon. Yeah, he got one. And this is why it's so stupidly easy to win this competition. Because you don't have to shoot anything. But we're going to completely stock up here. Because what I want to do is show you right now, our Houndmaster's at 64 and our hunting is at 47. Okay, so let's head up here and we'll get Mutt to find another one. And I'm going to kind of walk backwards and find him so that when he sprints off, I'll know it. There he goes. And you have to be a little careful because on these really steep hillocks, the rabbits slide all the way to the bottom because they have physics. And there he goes to get another one. Okay, so now if I look, we're at 67, so it's 10 XP per rabbit that we get for hunting, and we're at 118 on Houndmaster, so you get XP really fast out here by having Mutt hunt with you. And all you have to do is kind of walk around, and he'll go sprinting off occasionally to go find a hare. Now, right here at this crossroads. Okay, so it looks like he went and got something. As soon as he makes the kill, the Houndmaster perk goes up, and as soon as you loot the body, the hunting skill goes up. So again, we don't want to work our way too far north in here. And it's easier if you kind of stay out in the open like this. It's easier to see where he goes and what he's going to do. But you can see down there on the bottom left of our status bar, it looks like a dog that's hunched over with sweat droplets. He's tired. So after he hunts 3 or 4 times, he'll become tired, and you have to wait for that timer to run out. And then he will immediately go back to hunting. So I'm going to look around, and if I find any more rabbits while he's in this state, then I'll just shoot them myself. But he doesn't stay tired for very long, so it's not normally that big an issue. And these are running, so... And you see, rabbits are small targets, but you can get pretty close to them with those 2 skills, or those 2 perks in the hunting tree. Ugh, got too tired. I'm normally better at this. Oh. Go right behind the tree. I want to at least kill 1. Yeah, I'm not normally this bad. There we go. Finally. Okay, and then... there he is. He's back to hunting. And the thing, if you kill a rabbit, he's going to bring it back to you. So you don't have to go fetch them. He will go get them for you. Just like a trained hunting dog, if you're hunting pheasant or something like that, your dog will go catch them. And it feels cheesy, because it is, but it's not like I care. There are rabbits all over this place. And as long as you don't go too far to the north, you're going to be fine. If you go too far to the north, it doesn't fail the quest here. All it does is you get less of a reward from Hans for beating him. All you have to do is kill 1 rabbit to beat him. So it's meant to be an introduction to hunting here. There's another Oh no, that must not be. It's meant to be an introduction to hunting. To help up your skills a little bit. It's not meant to be a you've already got level 10 hunting or so like I do type of thing. So it's just if you get one rabbit, you're good. And if you feel like you've run out of rabbits while you're moving around, you can wait 1 hour. So the challenge is up at noon. It will automatically end and you'll get a cutscene. There's normally a lot more rabbits than this. I don't want to be too far to this side because, like I say, that terrain is so steep. When he hits the rabbit dies and it turns into a ragdoll. And that ragdoll will fall all the way to the bottom of the hill, and it'll take him forever to go find it, pick it up, and bring it back. So there he's got one.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
And I'll give him some of that hare meat.
That's a good boy. That's my boy.
Give him a little praise while we're here and tell
Let's
him to
hunt
go back to
something,
hunting
eh?
game.
Hare.
And you will occasionally see some deer. It's harder for him to get the deer. We'll see if he brings one back or not. Because deer are fast. Ah, this is dumb. That one tanked it like a champ. He won't bring deer back to you. They're too heavy to drag. But he will sit over it and bark to let you know that there's a kill here. Okay, now we're way overloaded on meat. You get a lot of venison from these. Actually, we want to keep some of the hare meat in our inventory. There's another rabbit there. He's tired. Okay, we got a new main level. There's that deer up there. That's going to be getting a little bit too far north, though, so I'm not going to go after it. And yeah, he's going to bring me back the rabbit I've already looted. And he went off and got another one, it looks like. So if you get to a hunting spot, and especially up here in the north, where you have so many places to sell the meat to, you can make a lot of money off of all of this meat. If you cook it, it spoils less in or spoils slower in your inventory, and you can sell it for more. And you have a camp here, you can go to the campfire, you can cook the meat and sell it for more because it'll spoil less. So it is a good way to make money. It's not as fast at making money as alchemy once you've learned how to auto brew. And see, we're just getting more and more points in everything. So that got us another one in Houndmaster. Now here, Nice Doggy's going to give us another +1 charisma bonus. Sick is going to allow your dog to command people. Now Mutt is invincible. He will, however, lose obedience the more he attacks something. And he can just head back to camp when his obedience gets low, and you won't be able to tell him to attack anymore. But we're going to take this, and then we're going to take Nice Doggy afterward. But Sick is what we want. And there's a reason for that. And we picked up a new agility stat. Featherweight, like I say, you don't really need. I'm waiting until level 8 to pick up both of these. And you can speed up his hunting by just meeting him halfway, and he'll drop it at your feet and then head off again. There's another one right there.
That's him.
And you can manually tell him to go hunt just by pointing toward the target. If you don't have your bow out, then you'll see the dot, the yellow dot, and that will let you know what you're going to be pointing at to tell him to go hunt it.
To me. Nick.
And I'll try and tell him to go hunt the deer out there. We'll see how well he does.
That's him.
And I called my horse by accident there. Normally it takes a couple of hits to down a deer, and it's the same thing with Mutt. If he catches it, it takes him time. Now I'm looking to see if that deer like fell all the way down here out of the world. Yeah, see, it's disappeared somewhere down the hill probably. He's sitting here. He actually got it, it looks like, because he's barking to let me know that it's here, but who knows where this thing actually ragdolled to. So we'll head back up here. Oh, he's also tired, so he might have not gotten it. You can hold X to have him come to you, just like you can tap X to have your horse come to you. If you hold X in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see him heal, and he'll come to you from wherever he's at. So now he's able to hunt again. Let's see what we can find. Okay, don't see anything. The shadows up here make it a little hard to see things too. But Mutt will find them. Yeah, let's go look up here a little bit. There we go. It's got two there. So he's going to drop this one and immediately probably take off again. Oh, there's three here. And I saw a third one. There it is. I'm gonna try and get this one. Nope. So what do we have here? We'll take all these and move them to our horse. Keep the 53 on us. What time is it? Okay, so we're just about done. So there's the objective completed. So now we'll head back. Now, during this is where kind of things are going to change. If you have a horse, this is going to play out a certain way. If you don't have a horse, it's going to play out differently and arguably easier. Because when we go off here in a second, Let me talk to Mutt and just give
Look what I've got
him...
for you. You'll
one more food. And we'll tell him to heal. Aggressive is what you need for him to attack people.
Here. Heal.
Now he's just going to follow us. Hey, Mixed Life, welcome. Good to see you. So, if you have a horse, this is going to play out. We're going to go on a boar hunt. That's going to go wrong. And we're going to go chasing the boar, and I'm going to be on a horse in the cutscene. And that means I'm going to keep up with Hans. And he's going to run into an ambush. And I'm going to be right there with him. So I'm going to immediately be dropped into combat. So what I want to do is unequip my gear. Get out the Warhorse set. Put that on. Now, if you don't have a horse, he's going to go riding off, and he's going to get captured, and in camp, you're going to have to free him. Now, there's going to be a couple of humans in camp, and what you can do is you can actually wait until nightfall. They will fall asleep, and you can, if you have this stealth assassinate perk and a dagger in your inventory, you can assassinate one of them. The other one will wake up, more than likely, while you're doing it, and you'll still only have to fight one at that point. And there's one archer and one swordsman, so you want to take out the swordsman first. While you're doing that stealth assassinate. Here, I'm going to be right in a fight with them as soon as I get into this. So, I'm also going to look and see... So... Yeah, I think we're good with what we have. So we're going to wait for Sir Henry to come back to camp. Or Sir Hans to come back to camp. Why do I keep saying Sir Henry? You can go up to the campfire. If you don't look at the pot, if you look below it, you can cook an item. And we can cook up all of this food while we're waiting for him. Okay, now we don't want to cook up all of the hare meat, because cooked hare does not count. So you want to keep some rare hare meat in your inventory for the challenge here. There he is.
How did the hunt go for you, sir? I did quite well. Look.
Show me. Not bad, though. Quite good, actually. For a common blacksmith's boy.
Shouldn't there be some reward for the victor?
Jesus, the insolence. A serf asking his lord for coin. But never let it be said I'm a pinch purse. Very well, then.
Your serf humbly thanks you, my lord.
And now, come along. Let's go and hunt some real game.
Okay, and you get 100 groschen for winning that contest with him. Now we're going to go get on our horse again, and now we can take... Actually, while I'm here, let's see if I can do this really quick. Because now I can cook the rest of the hare meat. And put it on my horse. Okay, and now we'll just follow along here again, play the Follow the NPC game, and we'll get a new cutscene here in a second. That's going to lead us basically directly into a fight. And we're almost there. So I want to make sure, like I say, that I'm in armor here at this point.
There'll be balls somewhere nearby. So, just like last time, slow and quiet, whatever you do. Understand? Or watch out for them from the top of that mound there.
And once we get up here, we'll get a cutscene.
You want to take him down with an arrow? Certainly. Why wouldn't I? You won't kill him like that. Boar is hunted with spears. Is that so? So now all of a sudden you're a master huntsman, are you? Watch and learn. Did you see that? Damn, I'm good. Quiet. So, next time you try to tell me I can't kill a boar with an arrow, you can... Fuck! After him! Fetch! Mount up, Henry. We're gonna chase down that swine!
And now we're going to be in a fight. So I'm going to sick... Oh, come on. Let's get some distance here. Why is my bow not equipped? It's equipped. I want him to go after the archer. And there we go, we got them both. I'm just going to loot everything here and loot everything here. Okay, so now I'm going to talk to Mutt here and tell him...
There's a
job.
good doggy. That's my boy.
See if
Look
we
what
have
I've
any
got for
food
you,
on us. I
lovely.
think we do. Yeah, I'll give him some of that. What the? He woke up. I didn't know. Okay, now he's dead. I thought he was dead. Is the other guy dead? Okay, come here, mutt.
Here. Heal.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a bunch of this and send it to my horse. So, what is this? So it needs 6 agility. My sword's better than it anyway. And I got 24 wounding arrows out of that. That's good. You normally get wounding arrows from humans. Now, before you go help Sir Hans, who's laying over there, there are a couple things you can do in here. Put my bow and arrow away. There are some pretty good potions in here, and some Grushin. And then this one over here, I think is empty. But you still get lockpick skill out of it. Yep. And they killed his hounds. And here's Sir Hans.
Let's have a look at you. Are you injured?
Henry, what the fuck happened?
You turned up uninvited at some human social gathering.
And you took them all?
So it seems.
God's holy britches. I never knew you had it in you, Henry. Remind me never to get on the wrong side of you.
That wound on your head doesn't look good.
Not to worry. I'm sure it doesn't look half as bad as it fucking feels. You'll have to help me get back to Rattay.
Come along then, sir.
And then you're going to be instantly transported back to Rattay.
Lord Capon! Get here, everybody! You, help him!
How is it possible, Ratsy? Those bastards make so bold no more than a mile from the castle. We'll have to send out more patrols.
That won't do us any good, Hanush. Even if we had 10 times the men, we couldn't beat through every thicket in the fiefdom.
You sent for me, sir?
Come in.
I don't know how to thank you, Henry. If it wasn't for you, Hans would be dead. And to think I sent you out with him as a punishment.
I was only doing my duty, sir.
Don't be so modest, young Henry. You showed not only courage, but loyalty to your liege. That's why I'm taking you into my personal service.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Well, let's celebrate your promotion and Sir Hans's recovery. Well, don't just stand there, lad. Pour us a drink.
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir, but I've urgent tidings.
What now?
A stable boy came from Neuhof. He says brigands raided the stud farm this morning. There's many dead or maimed.
Kurva!
Tell us exactly what happened.
I'm not sure. The boy was so shook up he could barely speak. He said the bandits murdered for the joy of it. I'm sorry, sir. Your vassal Smill is dead.
Who did this? Who were they?
We don't know, sir. The stable boy just kept babbling about some huge fellow in black armor who led the attack.
Take as many men as you need, and don't stop until you've found those bastards. And bring me their heads!
Yes, sir.
My men at your disposal too, Hanush.
Thank you, friend.
Sir, let me ride with them.
He's full of piss and vinegar, isn't he?
Their leader, he must be the one who attacked me at Skalitz. There can't be two men in the whole kingdom who look like that.
You think he might still have my sword? No doubt you could use another swordsman, Captain.
As you command, my lord.
How soon can you leave, Bernard?
Soon as the men are ready, sir.
Good. Wait in the courtyard for Henry. And, give him a horse.
His own mount?
His reward for saving Sir Hans. He'll need it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well, go! I want these culprits in the hands of the executioner as soon as possible.
I won't let you down, sir.
You cannot wait around during this quest. As soon as you get outside here,
Just what that Neuhof stable boy told us. Get your arses mounted up and let's ride out. On the double. Maybe we'll catch up with that rabble.
okay, this is going to start the hunt begins, and you need to talk to Captain Bernard.
Here we go. Are you ready?
You need to talk to him and say we can
I'm
go.
ready, Captain.
Good. Then follow me. Keep quiet and do exactly as you're told. I don't know what Sir Radzig sees in you, and I don't care. If you're to ride with my men, I expect you to listen.
Yes, sir.
Against all better judgment, they've decided to give you your own horse. The dappled gray beside my stallion is yours. Make sure you take good care of him. Now, mount up and ride behind us.
Now, you do have to mount Pebbles, who's here. But Pebbles is kind of a weird horse right now in that he's not going to replace Warhorse Jenda.
All right, men. Saddle up. No dawdling. Last one there won't find me a happy man.
And now we need to play Follow the NPC again. But this one we're actually going to be galloping. We don't have that far to go. We're just going to Neuhof. And you won't be able to keep up with them at the normal gallop, so you'll have to speed gallop every once in a while to keep back up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty soon we'll get a comment about the fire on the horizon, and we'll end up in a different location. You don't have to be in armor for this. There will be a fight, but you can kind of take it on your own terms. But for me, I might as well just stay in it. And there's where we're going.
See that smoke? It's the whole of fucking Warhorse on fire.
Yeah!
And there's the smoke they were talking about.
Yeah!
See, we've got some dead horses. And this is the main horse trader area here. Now you can leave pebbles here and Warhorse Genda will follow you here.
Where's your master?
In the paddock.
Crucifix? What kind of beast could do this?
By the blood of the martyrs. What happened here? Why?
Someone came at night and hamstrung every one of them. The horses, screaming, must have woke poor Radek, the stable boy. And when he tried to stop them... And then my husband, when my husband tried to help them, they killed him too. And when they were done, they put a torch to the stables.
My sincere condolences, ma'am. I swear we'll hunt those monsters down and make them pay for this.
The horses were still alive when I came. We had to finish them off. All of them. The pain in their eyes. They couldn't understand how anyone could do this to them.
Did they steal anything? Any horses?
Nothing. They wanted blood, not coin.
Did your husband quarrel lately? Was there anyone who might want revenge?
He argued over the price of a saddle, maybe, but nothing that could drive a man to this.
These are dark days when there's more kindness in horses than in men. Did you see anything? How many were there? Or what did they look like?
We saw no one.
Has anyone tried to follow the trail?
No. We were fighting the blaze until now, and even if we weren't, what chance would any of us have against someone who could do this?
tracks on it. Mount up and quarter the area. We have to find out where they went. Look for tracks and ask the folk if they saw anyone. Fuck, someone must have at least caught sight of them.
Yes, sir.
What about me, Captain?
What the hell use are you? You stay here.
Please, let me do something. I could have a look around the area and see if they left any tracks.
Well, if you must. Just don't get in anyone's way, don't go too far, and come back here when you're done.
And this is going to start a timed portion of this. You have about 12 hours to be able to solve this mystery. So you don't want to dally around here too long. But you have to question survivors, scout the area, and find out where the raiders went. So you can
They really did slaughter them. Why would anyone do that?
inspect things around here,
How could anyone be so cruel?
like you're trying to solve a murder.
Smell. The stud farm owner. I saw him in Skalitz a few times. His poor widow.
Then you can talk to Zora.
Ask.
I can come back later if you...
No. I saw you came with the soldiers, and the sooner you know everything, the sooner you'll catch those savages.
Who should I question about the raid? Did anyone here see anything?
From what I've heard, Mark was the first one to wake. It might be a good idea to talk to him.
Ginger was sleeping in the stable. He might have seen something. Jakob, the old stable boy. He even fought with them.
I don't know of anyone else.
I'm sorry to trouble you, ma'am, but could you tell me about the raid?
The noise woke us up. Me and Smill. We thought the horses were restless, or maybe some drunk had staggered here from the inn.
Do you get drunks coming here a lot?
Sometimes, but not this time. My husband went out to see what was going on. Then I just heard loud voices and screaming. It's so stupid. It didn't even occur to me at first that something could have happened to Smill. I didn't find out until the morning.
Did you recognize any of the voices you heard?
No, but they spoke Czech, cursing like demons, even at each other.
At each other? They quarrelled?
Yes. Something must have happened.
And where did you hear this noise?
Everywhere. It was chaos. I don't even know how many of them there were.
I mean at the very start. Do you remember where you heard the noise come from then?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Did you get a look at them? There's one man, huge and dressed all in black. Did you see him?
No, I didn't.
Okay, and that's all we're going to have here. So she mentioned 3 people. Jakob, Mark, and Ginger. Here's Jakob over here.
Another useless soldier coming to ask questions. You should have fucking been here last night.
Now, here you can't see his stats, but I think he has a 4 in speech. Show me your arm. This only works if you have the First Aid 2 perk by now, and we don't.
I'm not a soldier. I'm one of the survivors from Skalitz.
I see, lad. Well then, what do you need to know?
What in the world happened here?
The bastards attacked us. At night, a little before dawn.
And how did you come by that wound?
I heard someone talking, so I went to look outside. Then I saw what they'd done to the horses. I shouted at those bastards. Caught one by the cloak and started beating him.
Without a weapon? With just your fists?
Yeah. But he cut me pretty good, the fucker. Lucky for me, the others started to come out then, so the raiders ran. All that's left is his cloak.
And you've got no idea why they did it?
Something must have gone wrong for them. They ran off without taking anything.
There's one man in particular. Huge. Dressed all in black. Voice loud enough to crack stone. Did you see him?
Who the fuck do you think half killed me?
So he really was here. The bastard.
Can you help me?
How?
You know the area. How can I figure out which way they went?
They left in a hurry. You could see if there's a fence knocked down, or a gate.
Okay, so he gave me some clues about how to find which direction they went. We need to go find the other two people, though.
How could anyone be so cruel?
This one got it in the back. And there's more of them over by the main stables.
Okay, and he's going to point us over toward the main stables here, and we can make our way over there.
Poor wretch. He must have crawled here. If it was the horses they were after, there'll be even more of them by the main stables.
They burned this place down pretty good. Now you have to be a little careful here. But you can get a free lockpick out of this. Now, in here, there's more stuff that you can lockpick, but again, it's really easy to get caught here by the people that are out here. Easier if you can come back and do it, you know, at night or something like that. And here's Mark.
Are you well?
Leave me alone. Go away.
Look, I know that it's difficult, but I only need you to answer a few questions. I'm here because Sir Radzig sent me.
Sir Radzig?
Yes.
What do you need to know?
What actually happened here?
They killed the animals and... Why did they kill them?
Did they take anything?
No.
Think carefully now. How did it all start?
We heard the animals, their shrieks, then Smill. He shouted, and they murdered him.
You're certain it was the animals first, and then Smill? Not the other way round?
I'm certain. I'd never heard a sound like that before. Now I'll never forget it.
What happened after that?
We ran outside and it was chaos. Animals were dying, the stables were burning, and those demons everywhere.
The stables were already burning. Didn't that happen after they fled?
No, it was to set the blaze when they arrived.
You said they were demons?
No, just vermin. Worthless human vermin.
How many of them were there?
Not many. There were just a few that came after us, but more round the back. I heard them yelling at each other.
So they were yelling because of all the noise?
No, something happened. They quarrelled.
In the back? Where?
Towards the woods. To the north. They were trying to get away.
So some of them were running away and the others were fighting?
Aye. For a time. Then more of us came out and we fought back, so the others fled as well.
Where? Where did they run to?
To the north. Into the woods.
Thanks. That's all I needed to ask.
Farewell.
Okay, so he gave you a really big clue there, but before we go...
How could anyone be so cruel?
We want to go talk to Ginger over here. This is the last of the 3 people that Zora mentioned.
What? Who's there? Easy. I just came to ask...
I don't know anything.
Are you hurt?
No, nothing. Not a scratch.
What really happened here?
I don't know. Someone attacked. I don't know who.
You didn't happen to hear where they came from?
No, I didn't see a thing.
Okay, and my mouse just quit for a second there. So that was a little suspicious. He was acting a little strange. You can see we're talking about broken gates and broken fences. And here you can inspect the gate.
Aha! This wasn't done by animals. They must have gone into the woods this way.
Okay, now you have two options here. If you go back to the main house, you can talk to Captain Bernard and he will send a guard with you. Guard Rudi, I believe is his name. And he can make this fight trivial. I don't necessarily think we need to do that. There's only going to be one of them here. The other one is going to be on the verge of death and he won't join the fight. And we have Mutt with us. So what's his obedience? 95, so we should be fine. So there's kind of a path here. And I don't know why. Oh, my bow's unequipped. It's weird. I don't know, for some time or some reason the bow just tends to unequip itself. I want to make sure I've still got hunting arrows. I do. There we go. You're going to get up here and you're going to go into hide or into crouch.
They went deeper and deeper, for sure.
No. I'm not going anywhere. That bastard really got me good.
How could it have gone so wrong? And who the hell brought those other fellows here? Fucking greenhorns. One kill that ginger brat from the farm, and then they slice you up. We'll find those bastards, and I'll send them straight to hell myself.
But I'll already be there, waiting for them.
Don't talk that way. We'll get back to the camp, and they'll take care of you there.
No, my friend. I'm not long for this world. Go, before someone finds us here. Hey, don't worry about me.
You know I... Well now, look what's come crawling out from under some rock. What's the matter?
Okay, so you can loot everything here. He has a sword next to him, the burger sword. Then you can talk to the bandit here.
I'm fucking dying here. Nobody can match me with iron in their hands, and some damn peasant kills me. Dagger covered in horse shit.
Okay, so we'll loot him and we'll take everything. Now these bandits actually carry...
Someone in Neuhof must know more about it.
Okay, so two things happen there. If you come up here really quickly, you'll hear their conversation. And you saw something pop up that said, "Find Ginger." These two recognized Ginger while they were on that raid. Okay? Now, if you don't get here soon enough, then when you search that second bandit, you're going to find the bloody hoof pick. And you'll need to find out who the hoof pick belongs to lead you to the fact that it was Ginger. Okay? You don't have to pick up the bloody hoof pick. In fact, this thing can be bugged. that here at the end of the quest, it won't remove itself from your inventory like it's supposed to, and it may end up just staying there. So we'll see what happens with this one, and see if it's bugged or not. They also have the padded chausses. Now, if you're going for the stealth armor build, the padded chausses are the best in-slot piece in the game. They will significantly help your visibility, conspicuousness, and noise if you're going the stealth armored route that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. If you're going just the stealth clothing way, you don't want to wear these. But if you're going the stealth armor way, they're the best in slot for you. Well, I take that back. There's one thing that's better, but you can't get those for a while. Okay. And we are done out here. So, and I'm going to call my horse, and that gets me Warhorse Jenda again. Again, Pebbles is kind of special. He's a quest-specific horse, so he doesn't overwrite your existing horse that you have here. I'm also going to... Okay, my horse can't carry anymore. Probably because of all of this food that's in here. So I guess I'll leave this on. I was going to change out of it and change back into my normal stuff, but since I can't put this back on my horse anyway, I'll just wear it.
Yeah.
Okay, now if we look, we need to find the owner of the hoof pick. Okay, and find Ginger in Neuhof is the first thing that we need to do here.
Yeah.
It's not going to let me in that way. Actually, the first thing that we need to do is go find Ginger. We knew where Ginger was. He was down here at the main stables.
Yeah. He was here just now. Damn it.
Okay, so he's not here. So let's go over here and talk to Mark.
Do you know whose hoof pick this is?
Ginger's. He was always bragging about it. Why do you ask?
I found it on one of the bandits in the woods.
But he... Because of him? Because of him they murdered us? Lord in heaven!
Wait, hold on. You think Ginger was responsible for the attack?
He ran off! Don't you see? He was acting so strange and then he ran off! Why the hell would he do that?
That does sound rather odd. And you don't know where Ginger could have gone?
Dunno. Ask Jakob.
And then this line of question here is if we didn't find the hoof pick, or we didn't go after, or we didn't pick up the hoof pick, you could go down this line of questioning.
Do you know anything about Ginger? I followed 2 of the raiders and they were talking about him.
But he... Because of him? Because of
And you're
him?
going to get the same conversation. So you can see there's 2 ways to get to here, depending upon whether you got there early enough to hear the conversation or not.
Yeah.
Oh no, there we go again. The physics engine in this game, I love it. These little bridges are going to be the death of me. Not that way, I need to go the other way.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking for Jakob.
Any idea where I might find this Ginger?
Well, that's the thing. He packed up and left.
What?
Look, I know how he looks. But Ginger is a fine fellow. I don't believe he had anything to do with the attack.
Where could he have fled to?
I might know. But you gotta promise me one thing. When you find him, listen to what he has to say before judging.
You have my word.
Sometimes the charcoal burners come to see him. You get on well with them. I think that's where he's gone.
And where is that?
No idea. They've always kept to themselves, you know, charcoal burners.
But the forest is full of folk like that. They could be anywhere.
Aye, except these ones won't be far. If you follow the stream from the stud farm towards Rate, you'll come across one of their camps. Only
what?
Ginger didn't go that way, though. He always went by the big road, through the woods in the direction of Uzhitz.
But how can I find them?
There's always smoke when they work. You'll smell them before you see them. And they need to be near water. There's that too.
So if I go through the woods along running water, I'll find them?
Exactly. God be with you.
Okay, so now we kind of have an update here. And that's going to complete The Hunt Begins. And it's going to lead us into Ginger in a Pickle. Okay, so basically we now have to find Ginger. And we need to do that by questioning some charcoal burners. Now, I told you that The Hunt Begins was kind of timed. You had 12 hours to be able to find those 2 bandits. If you dilly-dally around, or you go to sleep somewhere or something like that, or you try and sell off these items while you're in the middle of that quest, you're not going to complete it. You're going to run out of time, and you will lose reputation with Bernard and with the Rate soldiers, basically. It's not going to stop you from completing the quest. He's just going to be angry at you for not having completed anything.
God save you.
I think Ginger is mixed up in it somehow.
Why do you say that?
Those bandits I found in the woods were talking about him.
They mentioned him by name?
Well, they said Ginger.
That is suspicious, but it could be a coincidence.
He acted suspiciously when I questioned him.
What do you mean?
Well, he was squirming and didn't really say anything.
He might just have been in shock.
He disappeared right after we found those bandits in the woods, and I think I know where he went.
Where?
To the charcoal burners. He has friends there.
We've got to find him. But if his friends really are hiding him, I doubt they'll talk to my men. You should search for him, Henry. Go, before the trail turns cold. I'll send a report to Ratai.
Very well, sir.
Okay, let's quickly see if we have any training we can do here.
Certainly.
Nothing there.
Well, I'll think it over. I'd like to learn.
Certain.
I'd like to practice.
All right. Now, pay close attention.
Every one of these trainings is going to add to our warfare stat as well.
Can you teach me?
Certainly.
I'm interested in more of.
All right. Now,
I've got so much
pay
I don't
close
care about
attention.
haggling for these. Okay. So now we have to question the charcoal burners in the south to try and find him. And if we look at our map, you can see that we have some charcoal burners down here south of Neuhof. They're really easy to get to, but we're no longer timed now. So I'm going to go to the Rate Mill. I'm going to drop off all of this stuff in my chest. I wasn't mounted? I thought I was mounted. So let's get all of this. We're going to leave all the arrows. And we'll just put all of these, except for the normal stealth outfit we wear. Okay. So now let's put all these in the chest. And we will come back and sell these off stream. The cumin ear is a quest item because we can turn those in to Captain Bernard. Just like bandit ears. And we're going to end up keeping one of the padded chausses for the stealth armor build. And I'm going to keep the Brigandine on for now, because we are going to have another fight to get into. And that should empty out all of our inventory, basically. Get our horse back to normal weight. And actually, let's just fast travel here. We can ride up there. Won't be that much longer to ride from here than it is riding from Neuhof.
Yeah.
We got the quest marker for the A right up here, so we're going to head east-northeast. And there's the charcoal burners down there. Right over there.
Yeah.
Okay, now throughout all of this, you're going to have a bunch of skill checks. So it's a good idea to know what your speech, vitality, charisma, and all that sort of stuff is. Right now. So I do have the flower power perk. So I'm getting a +2 to my charisma, and my speech is 7, which I think should be well enough to get me through any of the checks that we're going to have to do here. Because these people are, like you said, are wary of soldiers.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Have you seen Ginger around here?
Who?
A boy with ginger hair, a stable boy from Neuhof.
No one from Neuhof's been here. Good luck to you.
Okay, the regular charcoal burners aren't going to have much information for you. It's the spokesman that you want to find.
God save you. What can I do for you?
Could you help me?
Depends what you want, doesn't it?
I'm looking for Ginger, a stable boy from Neuhof. They say he ran away and joined up with some charcoal burners he used to hang around with sometimes.
Sorry, there's never been a lad called Ginger around here. You have to try somewhere else.
There's the speech check.
A murder's been committed at Neuhof, and that boy likely knows who did it. It's vital I find him.
There's been murder aplenty in these parts of late, but that Ginger lad really hasn't been here.
There'll be a lot less murdering going on once I bring those bastards to justice, so how about helping me out?
Calm down, lad. For the love of God. There's been no one like the boy you want round here. But then again, there are other charcoal burners. Try them. You might want to hurry. You're not the first to be asking about him, and the others weren't exactly a noble-looking bunch, although they were generous with their silver.
They didn't happen to say what they wanted him for?
No, but they definitely didn't look like they wanted to invite him to a feast.
Do you have any idea where else he could have gone?
You said he was friends with the charcoal burners? Well, you'll definitely find some in the forest between Neuhof and Ujetz. There's good spots around there.
But that forest is huge. I could spend weeks searching.
Then follow the river. That's how you found us, isn't it? Where there's charcoal burners, there's always water nearby.
All right, I'll go and ask somewhere else.
Farewell.
Okay, so that's the charcoal burners in the south. So now we need to go question the ones up in the north. And again, he told us there's a forest up here. In between Neuhof and Uschitz to search. There are a couple of camps in here. The location of where this is basically right here. So if you just follow this road up, you'll run into it right there. There's another charcoal camp here, burner camp here that we're going to be investigating a little bit later. And remember, Neuhof is right here. We're going to be fast traveling back to this because the stables, that's where Captain Bernard is right now. But for now, we're going to just head out, cross back over the river, and head north to Neuhof and straight up here. And again, we're just going to beeline through until we get to the other side of Neuhof. And then we should hit the main road going north. And actually, while I'm in Neuhof, I might sleep, since it is night. Ooh, I don't know if I can sleep in Neuhof. I can sleep at the inn at the Glade, though. So let's head northwest. Out of here. And we'll track to the inn at the Glade. There it is right there. And we'll talk to Andrew here. There he is.
God be with you.
Are there any charcoal burners around here?
Mostly just woodcutters. A beggarly lot they are too, always wanting to buy now and pay later. Having a pot to piss in until they make a sell. Then they act like they own the fucking place.
Oh, no doubt they don't have an easy life. But I'm looking for charcoal burners, not woodcutters.
They're even worse. They're rabble, a lot of them.
Are there any of them around here?
Oh, once in a blue moon, one or two of them comes here from the north. I reckon they usually go to some closer tavern. They only come here when they're not welcome there.
Where exactly are they camped?
Oh, you know how it is with charcoal kilns. If there's a path in the woods near the water, they won't be far away.
All right, thanks for the help.
That's all? Aren't you going to have a drink?
Okay, so let's take a place to sleep.
Is there somewhere I could sleep?
All right. For how long?
Just the one.
Sure.
Here you are.
You'll like it here. May the Lord watch over you.
Hey, and the beds here are just up the stairs. Not the first one, not the last one, we're the one in the middle. I don't think we have any books that we want to read. You can sell your food to Andrew down there. Marathon 4, we have to have like level 20 or level 15 in the skills. Might as well take a shield too. I don't use a shield very often. We probably don't have enough for the Rule of St. Nicholas 3. But we can get some more skill here off of these two. This is just a regular book. So you just get normal reading XP out of it. Okay, and we'll put those books back and head to bed. Okay, so we'll sleep and save here. Wake up early in the morning. Good old Mutt's waiting for us. What's our nourishment's at 94. After all that sleep? Okay. Well, it is what it is. My obedience is 100 on Mutt. So let's head up. So we're going to head back to the east until we get to this crossroads, and then we're going to head north.
Yeah.
So once we hit the cross, I believe we'll be at a crossroads and we can turn north. Is that the one? Yep.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Okay, now again, check your speech stats and your charisma stats here before you go in. And again, you're really looking for the spokesman. Right here.
God be with you.
I'm looking for Ginger from Neuhof. Do you know anything about him?
I know him. What do you want of him?
There's a few questions I need to ask him.
Well, you'll have to go somewhere else to find him. He doesn't come here much.
I really must speak with him. A murder was committed at the stud farm, and that boy probably knows who did it. I have to get him to talk.
And you think he had a hand in it?
Hard to say. He ran away, but on the other hand, it seems he stabbed one of the attackers.
Well, when you put it like that, it's clearly urgent business. I do know him. Not personally, but I've seen him around. He's friends with the charcoal burners down by Townburg. I know he hangs around with the twins there.
Downstream by Townburg? Somewhere by the castle?
If you follow the river to the west, you're bound to run into them. Oh, one more thing.
Yes?
Some other men have been around asking about him, but they weren't as convincing as you. Well.
Okay, so there's some kind of hints here about the fact that some other people have been asking around. We got that hint dropped last time, and they made it very plain here. Okay, and our next set of charcoal burners is over here, so we just need to follow the road along the river. The road's actually back up here. And immediately take a right here.
Yeah.
Now there is an ambush spot along here, and this road winds through the woods quite a bit, so it can be a little hard to follow when you're at a full gallop. And those were the bandits, actually, that we're going to be fighting in a little bit. That's kind of funny that we just passed them. Is it down? Yeah, I think it's down here. Okay, now this camp has a few different people in it that you can talk to, and depending upon how you're playing this out, you can run it a bunch of different ways. Now the spokesman, I believe, has a speech of 7. He's got a charisma much lower than ours, so when we talk to him, we'll kind of see. But there are two twins here.
The truth. I wasn't. I am at your service, Sir Knight.
Where are you hiding Ginger?
How did you... What the hell are you talking about?
Don't try that one on me. I know he's friends with a pair of twins from here. I'm here on the orders of Sir Hanush, and I need to talk to Ginger about the raid on the stud farm.
If Sir Hanush sent you, then you should deal with those 2 cutthroats who've been creeping around here asking about the poor boy. Once you take care of them, we won't have to hide him anymore.
Okay, now you can lie here.
All right, I'll deal with them. And then you'll tell me where you've got Ginger hidden, right?
Right. You get rid of them, and I'll tell you.
So where can I find these bandits?
I'm not sure exactly. There's lots of places to hide around here. But they came and went over the bridge, so I reckon they must be somewhere between here and our neighbours.
That's a lot of woods to comb through.
Not all that much. There's a path around there somewhere leading to an abandoned camp. Farewell.
Okay, so they don't give you a whole lot to go on here. Here's the spokesman.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
I'm looking for Ginger, a stable boy from Neuhof.
Then why don't you look for him at the stud farm?
He was there, but now they say he's hiding amongst some charcoal burners.
And where did you hear that? Anyhow, there's no one of that description here. Try asking somewhere else.
Look, a terrible crime's been committed at Neuhof, and Sir Radzig wants the culprits found. And here you are making it harder for me.
Well, if you've been sent by Sir Radzig, you can deal with those 2 criminals who've been lurking around asking about the same boy.
And do you know where they are?
They won't be far, but I don't know where exactly. From here they headed south, so maybe try there. There are plenty of good hiding places around.
So you're saying I should find them and kill them?
Just see to it they can't cause any trouble here. And then I'll tell you everything I know.
That's fair. I'll look for them.
The words of a true man. Once you take care of them, come back and we'll talk. Good luck to you.
Okay, so now we've picked up a quest here, and or 2 sub-quests, and we got them twice because you don't have to talk to either. You can talk to either the twins or the spokesman. You don't have to talk to them both to kill the bandits. And the bandit cap is somewhere in here. It doesn't tell you where. The bandit cap's actually right there. Okay. But there's an easy way to find this and an easy way to help this out. And that's if you travel back to Neuhof. And there is an ambush spot.
Want to earn a bit of coin? There's plenty of coin in it.
Oh. I was not on horseback. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna have to fight him.
That's him.
I'll slaughter you.
Bring it.
Get him!
Alright, well, we'll let that go. There's like 5 of them. So we'll go loot these. We'll call our horse. Yeah, it was a mistake. I forgot I wasn't mounted. Okay, so we'll drop all this other stuff off. What is taking up so much of my weight? Oh, yes, because I'm wearing all my brigandine and stuff. That's why. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna head back to Neuhof here. We're gonna head north out of here.
Yeah.
I don't need my bow out anymore. Let's go talk to Captain Bernard.
How are you?
I need help.
Is that so? What's the matter? Did you lose your way?
No, I found those bandits. They want to kill Ginger.
Fuck! We need him alive. How many of them are there?
Just 2, but they're tough-looking brutes.
We'll see about that. After them. Lead the way. Take care.
Okay, so now you're immediately taken to the camp. And you've got Captain Bernard and another guard here to help you.
Well, that's that.
Aye. There's less evil in the world now. It's just a shame we couldn't squeeze anything out of them. They probably could have told us some interesting things.
They would have talked if they meant to. What's done is done.
True. And how do you fare? Have you found anything?
I know someone who will speak more freely now.
Excellent. Once you have everything, come and see me. Is that clear?
Clear.
See you later.
Okay.
Fuck!
So
He's still alive? The filthy bastards! They should have hanged for this. Shit! Still breathing? Or not?
he's dead.
Leave them here to rot. Make a nice morsel for the foxes. Good work, man. There's 2 fewer.
But you can see right where I told you where the camp is here. So all you have to do is head from the river, just head south along the path there. Their actual camp, because I am going to bring my horse in here. Okay, and anything else? No. Now their actual camp is up here. And there is a chest here. With some random stuff in it. There's also a pot you can eat out of and fire you can cook out of. Get rid of anything else. Okay. And now for here, we're going to head up north to the river, take a left, and we'll go back, talk to the charcoal burners again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey!
And again, you can talk to anybody you want here, either of the twins.
You don't have to worry about those bandits anymore. I've dealt with them.
Really? And I suppose I have to take your word for it.
If you want proof, I can take you to them. Maybe I should have brought you their heads.
I'll take your word for it. All right, a bargain's a bargain. Ginger is hiding out in a ruined hut not far from here. You go along the road to Ujits until you see a path to the right that leads to a small spring. There's an overgrown path that leads from there right to where Ginger is. Keep your eyes peeled, though. You could easily miss it.
Good. Thanks for your help.
Farewell.
Okay, and we can go to the spokesman. We don't have to. I guess that cleared up both quests. Yes, it did. So now we just need to go find Ginger. And for Ginger, they tell you to go north along the road. Go north along the road to Ushitz, and there's a path that leads you off. They actually mark it, so you don't have to take the road up there if you don't want to. You can just beeline it over there, but we'll go up here. And yeah, this path kinda sucks. Like you said, it's hard to see it. I think it's in here somewhere. Yeah, it's like I say, it's hard to see this thing sometimes. But either way, you'll come up on his camp. There's the path right here.
Jesus, you've led me a merry dance.
What do you want from me?
I want to ask you a couple of questions. Why did you run off like that? Where are your cronies? And why did you kill that bandit?
What?
Right, one thing at a time. Why did you run off in such a hurry?
Because I was afraid they'd come back and kill me.
Who?
Those bandits, of course.
To get revenge on you for killing their mate?
Killing? Me? I never killed anyone. God is my witness.
I'm looking for your friends. Where are they?
The charcoal burners? They're over at the...
To hell with the charcoal burners. Where are your bandit mates?
They're not my mates. They nearly killed me. I recognized one of them, so I thought they'd come back and...
Recognized? Who was it? Talk!
I don't know his name, only that he's from Ushets, and he has a limp.
What can you tell me about him? How do you know him?
I saw him a few times in the tavern in Ushets, playing dice and boozing.
And?
I know he lives in a house on the edge of the village, but that's all I know. I never talked to him.
Why did you kill that bandit?
What? Bandit? I never killed anyone.
This is yours, isn't it? I pulled it from the belly of a dead bandit near the stud farm.
That is mine, but I didn't stab him. That fellow took it from me.
What fellow?
I don't know his name, but he's from Ushets, and he has a limp.
He limps and he's from Ushets. That's not much to go on, but I suppose it'll have to do.
It's all I know. I never talked to him.
And that's where the hoof pick is supposed to be removed from your inventory. It probably was not. That dialogue was a little glitched. So, and that's, I think, what causes it is if you go about finding Ginger both ways, one by picking up the hoof pick and overhearing the conversation, I think it glitches the hoof pick.
And now tell me exactly what happened. And don't leave anything out.
That's quite a long story.
Don't worry, I won't get bored.
All right. I woke up in the middle of the night because I needed to go for a piss. So I went out into the dark, same as usual, only there was something there that shouldn't have been. At first I thought it was just a trick of the light. It wasn't. Then it was too late. They went past and I thought they must be horse thieves. I would have yelled, only I was afraid they'd kill me. So I waited until they were out of sight and I started to sneak away. But then...
Then the slaughtering started.
Yes. I thought they'd steal the horses and ride off. That would be bad enough. But then all the killing started and flames everywhere. It was terrible, like hell itself.
And then?
It seemed some of them didn't like it either. They started squabbling among themselves, and some of them started running back where they came from, right towards me. And I had that thing in my hand, the hoof pick.
So you stabbed the first one in the belly?
No. He ran right into me. He was running fast for a fellow with a limp. He pushed me aside and I fell on the ground. Then he told me I'd better lie low if I valued my life. He ran off with the others. I did what he said and hid. Then the rest of the gang ran past.
And then?
Then I waited in case that limping one from Ushits came back. I didn't dare come out until I was sure. I think it was almost light.
What about the others? Was there anything you noticed about them?
I don't know. There might have been maybe 8 of them, and 2 of them were really big. That's all I can remember.
Do you know what they argued about?
I didn't hear everything, but I reckon some of them were only there to steal and wanted no part in the killing.
That sounds terrible. I know exactly how you feel.
If only I yelled. Maybe they...
If you had, you'd most likely be dead. It probably wouldn't have done any good anyway.
But still...
There was nothing you could do. That's all. I've heard everything I need to hear, so I'll leave you be.
Wait! What about me? Won't you help me out?
Perhaps I could. What would you like?
I'd like to go back to the stud farm, but those cutthroats who want to kill me are still around. Will you help me?
They're out of the way. I ran into them on my travels.
Really? That's great, but...
What?
I'm afraid to go back to the farm. I ran away, and God knows what they'll think about it all. I don't know if they'll even want to talk to me.
Okay, now you want to pick that you can go and ask them.
I could go and ask them if it's important to you.
Would you? You'll definitely have their respect, the way you took care of those cutthroats.
And that's because that's the only way to get a certain achievement. You're going to get an achievement from this. You also are going to get some groschen and some XP. And it's going to help you out in one of the DLC quests later on. So we're going to mount up. And we're going to head back to Neuhof down here. So we can just fast travel this. Again, we've got an ambush point to pass, so we'll see. We made it. Oh, we got ambushed again. Okay, so now we're going to head north up to the stables. And you see there's a new horse here now. And it looks like a nobleman's horse. And Sir Radzig is here. But first we want to talk to Zora.
Good day to you.
I found Ginger. He begged me to ask if he can return.
Why should I take him back? It might be his fault I had to bury my husband.
What?
Why else would he flee but guilt? The men said they didn't see him in bed. He didn't have a clean conscience because he gave those murderers a signal.
That's not true. He fled because one of the attackers recognized him and Ginger was afraid he'd come back and kill him.
Those are just excuses. He wouldn't dare come back.
But they came back the very same day. If he hadn't run, they'd have killed him and everyone else.
Why would they do that?
Why not? They'd already murdered several people, why not a few more?
And now I'm supposed to take him back? What if they come back for him and kill one of my daughters in the process?
The cutthroats who were after him have been taken care of. And the rest have no reason to return here.
And what about for revenge? I can't take him back.
I understand your concerns, but you just need to ask Sir Hanish to leave you a guard. Those bandits might be willing to take on a few stable boys, but not an armed soldier.
I'd definitely feel better if someone was here a few days to keep watch.
It can be arranged. I'm sure Sir Bernard won't object.
Good then. Let the lad come back again.
Good luck then.
Okay, so now we can go back and tell Ginger that he's welcome to go back to the farm. And for this, we're just going to head west until we hit the road at the shrine. We're going to take a left and just follow that around.
Yeah.
Yep, thought I was on the wrong road.
Yeah.
So follow this, and then when we hit the shrine, take a left. Yep.
Yeah.
And follow this until we get there. There's the inn at the glade over there. We should come upon the river down here. We'll cross it, keep heading north.
Yeah.
And again, this path. I can never find this thing. I mean, I know I can just go straight through, but I'm actually anxious to try and find it. Yeah, I can never find it. But like I say, you don't really have to. You've got a quest marker here, so makes it easy to find it.
You can return home. It was hard work to convince them, so please don't get into trouble when you go back.
Thank you. I'd like to give you something, but I've got nothing, except if you're ever traveling by way of Neuhof, stop by and I'll show you something with the horses.
Hey, and that's his offer to give you some horsemanship XP, which you'll be able to get. It's going to take him a while to get back to Neuhof, but once he gets there, you can visit with him in the stables again. I'm actually going to try and follow this path out of here. Let's see where it goes. Oh yeah, see, this thing is barely anything. Where did it come out? Oh, it's way up here. Okay, so I didn't follow the road here long enough. Because it's way up here. I think I exited the road. Yeah, down here. I was almost there. And now we just need to trek it back to Neuhof and we can end the quest. We could fast travel back, but might as well get the horsemanship XP. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Physics. Hey, and welcome. Sorry, I was kind of paying attention to writing there, trying not to kill myself. Welcome, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Just about to finish up this quest here. And there's Neuhof. There's the stables over there. And Warhorse Genda just has such good stamina. And there's Pebbles, kind of hanging out. So now if we look at our quest log, we just need to talk to Captain Bernard.
I'm glad to see you.
I talked to Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the raiders. He was afraid they'd come back to silence him.
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So who did he recognize?
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Ujits.
All right, since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around in Ujits. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzik will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been. Good luck then.
Okay, so now we need to talk to Sir Radzig. And this will officially end the Ginger and a Pickle quest.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
One of the Neuhoff stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some charcoal burners. I have to say, there's a lot of them around. I never thought how many forges and ironworks they have to supply.
That's true, but keep to the point.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a job finding him. He was well hidden and with good reason. The bandits wanted to kill him because he recognised one of them.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said it wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took fright when the slaughter started. Seems they were only interested in loot, so they quarrelled with the other lot. Then it came to a skirmish in the woods and one of them was killed. And the rest of them scattered.
And did you find out where they went?
All I know is one of them is from Ujits. I know enough about him to be able to track him down.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge on him or silence him, you better hope they don't get to him before you. So drop everything and get on his trail. Find out what he knows and then report back to me. I'm going to our encampment at Malhaya to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to officially complete the quest.
It's somewhat at the centre of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
So, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere and we can't guard them all.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places like that.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them. Those were fine animals.
Exactly. It's not about the silver. It's about something else.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a stoat, waiting for the death blow to fall. Helpless to do anything about it.
I have some news about the investigation, sir.
Good. Tell me.
The trail leads to Ujits. I found out one of the bandits is from there, a fellow they call Limpy Lubosh.
I see. What else?
That's all I found out so far, sir.
All right. Come back and report to me as soon as you learn anything new. Good luck, then.
All right, now we are officially out of those two quests, and we're no longer timed. Now, Mysterious Ways is quite a long quest, and it's actually pretty funny, too. Depending upon how you play it out. It can be really interesting. So, the last two quests, and then the quest after that, the last quest in this chain, is timed. And so I'm definitely not going to get into these two today. I'm going to get mounted up, though, and I'm going to make my way back to Rattay Mill. And we are going to pull everything out of here that we want to sell. I'm going to leave, say, 50 of this in here. Actually, I'll leave 100 of it in here. So that I can up my Houndmaster perk just by feeding food to Mutt. Both of these books. No, I'm gonna take one. I want to leave the books in here so I know which ones I've read and which ones I haven't read. I'm going to take all the arrows out of here too, because I can put those on my horse. I'm going to leave one padded chaussis in here. I'm going to leave Sir Radzig Hood. Nope, I need to put that back. I'm leaving my books. And the yew longbow stays. But I do need to put back Longer the Merrier and the Poor, so I know I've read it. Okay, severely overloaded. We'll go out and talk to Miller Peshek, see how much money he's up to now.
Hey! Greeting!
I've got some goods here whose owner...
Alright.
So he's got 21,000 gold, so yeah, let's go ahead and get a bunch of it. So we're at 138 gold, 233 hair meat, gets us up to 254. The hair meat isn't worth a whole lot. The cooked red deer venison, however, 317, out to 686. So killing deer can be a very profitable thing. Just want to sell one of the leather gloves, not both. Actually, I think I might be able to sell them both, because I think all my other gear's on my horse. But we'll wait and see here in a second. I think I already have another pair of those on the horse as well, but we'll wait and see. Only one ring. Okay, so I'm gonna get another 1.1k out of this. Well, obviously haggle.
Let's have a word about the price.
Why not?
Agree?
That's better. Aye, that would do it.
So let's take off all of this. I need to go repair it. We'll actually go do that too. So, but we'll put it back in our horse for now. And let's see. Oh yeah, we've got all this stuff still sitting on our horse. The black hood, we're going to keep. That's part of our outfit. Okay, so yeah, the silent shoes and the leather gloves I needed to keep. So let's put all of this stuff back on. Silent shoes. Got a black coif. Leather gloves. And the black hood. Okay, so we'll talk to Morpeshek again.
I've got some goods here.
All right.
I think I have another dagger on my horse. Okay, so not nearly as much. We'll still haggle that just because we
Let's
can.
talk
He's
about
got
the
so
price.
much gold.
Well,
We agree?
Alright, let's see. We got rid of that dagger, so let's make sure we had one here. We do. And let's move all of our arrows onto our horse. And yeah, the bloody hoofpick is bugged in my inventory. Okay. And the last thing that we need to do is put that kit away. Okay, so now we're back to where we need to be, normally just walking around. So let's go back to Rate here.
yeah.
And I think there's something else that we can do here in the last 15 minutes. Not there. I can't find where he's at. Normally, he's sitting right there. What time is it? Oh, it's because it's getting later in the day. I don't entirely know where he's going to be. Go up here and see if he's at the tavern. I'll know him when I see him. Ringlet, I don't know if Ringlet will start it.
What do you need?
How does life in Rat Eye suit you?
I suppose it was kind of them to take us in. But then they just left us to fend for ourselves. Nobody gives a damn about us.
Did you find out what actually happened?
Folks say it was on account of our silver and how Sir Radzig sides with the king.
Okay, so no, he can't do it. We did get a speech perk out of that. So we've looked at some of these, final offer, but now we have empathic. So in dialogues, you'll see your counterpart's stats in the skill checks. Extremely useful. If you've got a guide pulled up, you normally don't have to have this. But if you're not doing the guide thing, then this is a very, very useful skill to know which dialogue options to choose. Increases your speech skill when haggling. Just makes it so that you get more money out of it, basically. And Troubadour is when you have a 50% you have 50% higher reputation when you talk to women, and a +1 speech bonus. You can persuade them more easily. You can also avail of the Bath Wench's services for free. So it's a way to save money, and also when you're talking to women, make it easier to persuade them. I'm going to go with empathic here, even though I don't need it, because I normally take notes about what the checks are. I'm going to take it anyway, just so that y'all can see it as we go through some of the checks. Got a main level choice here, and we've looked at some of these again. So, Insomniac is increases the time you can do without sleep, so your energy level falls 1/4 more slowly. So that's actually a 25% bonus to your energy level. Renegade Brand is fairly useless. First Aid 2, once we start getting down into the bottom of these, we've looked at most of them. Because of all the ones that are mutually exclusive. Scout 2 is nice. It has another 20% chance to evade getting ambushed while on the road. First Aid 2 is that perk I told you about that we needed to have to sometimes bandage people or help them out during dialogues. This would have come in useful if we'd had it during the previous quest. And Renegade Brand, don't ever get it. It's just, you don't need it. So I'm going to go with Scout 2 here for this. Just to make it easier to fast travel. And agility we're holding on to. And let's see if I can walk around here a little bit and see if I can find him. There he is, right there.
God save you.
I was going to get him to do something for me. And who did you get to fix it?
What kind of government?
Just get some speech XP
How did
here.
it- Have you heard?
Don't talk to me.
And then there's this option, you fight for coin.
Are you the brawler who takes bets?
What's it to you?
I'm a Skalitz refugee, and I'd like to try my luck against you.
Hang on, I know who you are. And I'll only fight you for silver. Got it?
Why for silver?
Do I really have to tell you? Look at yourself, and then look at the others. All they've got to wager is their labor. But you've got coin.
Are there any rules?
Aye, a couple. Whoever lands on his arse or runs, loses. And no knives, axes, or any of that shit. You'll forfeit your wager for that, got it?
All right, let's fight then, if you think you can take me.
Hold your horses, laddie.
first you have to prove you're a worthy opponent for me by beating 2 other regular brawlers, Stephen and a fellow they call Ringlet.
Okay, and this is why we talked to Ringlet a little bit ago to see if I could start it here. You can pick this up by talking to the tavern keeper or where the stars are. So looks like
What exactly happened?
Ringlet is down here, or is it Steven? One of the two is going to be down here. It's Ringlet.
Aren't you Ringlet? Milan says I have to beat you before he'll take me on.
And you're that blacksmith's lad, right? What do you want out of it? You're not living in the dirt here like the rest of us.
Maybe not. But why shouldn't I try and beat some coin out of him too?
Yeah, and you can pass it on to us that need it. If you want to fight me, you dandy, then pay up. Or fuck off.
And you're going to go right into an unarmed fight here. Okay, so these first two are not that hard. You could just go in swinging. You're going to get into a lot of clinches in these fights. And if you have the Clinch Master perk, it trivializes them. Okay. And you can loot Ringlet if you want before he wakes up. Then you can get on your horse.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
And we'll go after the next one. And again, he's not going to be too hard either. There's him. Where's B or C? There
Yeah.
it is. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
What do you need?
How
Get
does
some
like
speech
them
XP
nothing?
real quick.
Did you find out?
They say see.
You're Stephen, aren't you?
Oh, yeah? And why would you want to? Well, never mind. I'll fight you if you pay me. What do you say? Good luck, then.
Stop!
Okay, and now for the last one here.
Yeah.
Milan is actually really, really good. And this fight kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to take us until the end of the live stream to beat him. Because you have to be very defensive in this, especially since I don't have the Clinch Master perk. And I'm going to change out here. I'm going to put my armor back on. So when I go into this fight, I'll have a lot more protection. Than usual. Where is he at? Oh, he's at the bath. Come on, give me the fast travel. I'm going to take a marigold decoction here. So I can go into this full health. Come on. Too late. He's inside, and it's too late at night, so let's head back to Rattay, the mill. We will pick up all of our stuff here. Why did I not take these two? Put these away, we'll sleep real quick. No. It's always going to give me the stolen one back. Okay, so let's go to sleep. And we'll wake up and we'll have this fight. And then we'll end the stream. So we'll go a little long here. Okay, hopefully he's still out here. Or he's making his way back. Yep, there he is. And I'm going to save here.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Let's fight.
You gave those two a pretty good hiding, and I made a groschen or two in bets. You Skalitz fellows are good for my purse. God be with you.
Like I say, he's going to do that a lot during this fight.
Move.
Herrgott!
So you really want to do perfect dodges or perfect blocks and follow them up. He will do dodges and all sorts of stuff. But if he doesn't kick, you can very easily follow it up with a jab.
Here!
But you can see his health down there in the bottom. It doesn't go down. He's got a lot of it. But with you wearing armor, it trivializes this fight.
Well landed.
Come on, throw a punch. Like I say, as soon as he throws that kick and you dodge it, follow it up with a right, and you'll land it almost every time.
Got to be kidding.
I'll slay you, you scum.
Yeah.
There it is. Then you can loot your groschen back. Now, anytime you want to, you can fight Milan again. Whoops, not this way.
Yeah.
So that opens up a recurring way to get unarmed. So it's, if you didn't beat Kunesh or beat up cows all day long in the prologue, like we did not, this gives you an easy way to basically train your unarmed skill by fighting with Milan. So we'll just drop these off and we'll be done. Oh, I'm taking. Okay. We'll keep the stolen savior schnapps. We'll probably use it. Okay. And that's going to bring us to a good point to drop a save. So next week, we're going to jump back into the main quest line for the final two quests in this little line here. And then that's going to take quite a bit of time, actually. And then for maybe the last hour or so, we're going to do a few side quests that open up a few extra things we want to do. We're going to open up another miller that's over in Sasau and some things like that. So for now, this is a great point to end things though. So as always, I want to thank you all for being here, especially my channel members and subscribers. Thank you very much for being here. I certainly appreciate all the support because, as I always say, without your support, none of this would be possible. This is Commander Jorval saying, until next time, fare thee well.